Should I try to go to my finish, or?
You can. I mean, if your natural non-thinking movements take you to a finish, that's fine. I just don't want you to add a strong swing thought of a finish. I want all your thought to be in the new hinge. The rest of your movements are learning how to wrap themselves around this new hinge, and they're practicing how to do that well. But you've got to give them multiple chances to learn how to do that well by making sure you hinge the same way every time. Good. Those are really good hinges. Good. Oh, very good. That looked like it was timed pretty well.
Yeah, that was a very good.
Very good. Backswing thought and the downswing thought. Good. Extension. You work on that extension so you feel like that left shoulder's right into the club. Good setup and a good hinge. That looks really good. That was a good hinge. Ooh, I like that hinge.
That one I didn't go fast enough on the down.
Okay, there you go. Let that lower body lead. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Ooh, I like that one. Sounded better.
Yeah, it went over that flag.
Good. Good. Oh, that club got to parallel. And you know what I mean when I say that, don't you? Back here. Yeah, I got to parallel on that swing. I've never seen it go to parallel before.
Well, probably I used to do that, but bending my elbow.
Well, that one, I think you kept your left arm pretty straight, and there's mostly more in the wrist now. And you still have a good shoulder turn. You've always had a good shoulder turn. The swing on the left is from our Monday session, and the swing on the right is from our previous session. One of the things that we were working on was a better setup with our arms, get our elbows a little bit closer together, have a little bit more of an extension in that left arm. On the right, you have a little bit of a soft elbow position. Your arm is a little bit more to the side and not in front of you as much as it is on the swing on the left. Now let's take it back and compare the wrist position at the top of the swing. That's one of the things that we were primarily working on in our last session. The blue arrow is the angle in your wrist, and the red arrow is where the position of the shaft was at the top of your swing. And so that's your previous position when we were not working on wrist hinge. Now let's look at your new backswing where you are trying to focus on a little bit more wrist hinge. And I've already pre-drawn the arrows. The blue lines are the angle in your wrist, and the red arrow is your shaft position, which it got to parallel. So that's very good. On your left, you had a 90-degree angle, which is 14 degrees more wrist hinge than your swing on the right. Now you do have a little bit of a soft break in your elbow at the top, but it's much less on the left than it is on the right. Now let's look at the downswing. And on the downswing, we would like to be able to hold the angle as best we can so that we deliver the club head with maximum power. So let's take a look at your downswing on the right first. When we reach parallel, this is the 5 position when that forearm is somewhat parallel to the ground. You have lost about 5 degrees of angle on that downswing. Let's do the same thing on the right. And your angle here has actually increased. And that's a pro advanced move. The pros will actually increase the angle in the wrist and shaft on the initial pull and downswing. And you now are achieving that pro move. On the right, you actually cast a little bit and lose the angle. So that is very, very impressive. That's very good, Jenny. One of the things that we can see when we look at the right elbow, I can see that your right arm is visible slightly above the left arm, whereas on the swing on the right, the point of your right elbow is actually visible underneath. So you're getting that right elbow down into your side, which is an advanced move. Very good. As we continue the swing downward, a couple of clicks, hands are about waist high, and again you can see that right arm is into your side. Here I can see a little bit of a gap, almost some daylight between your right arm and right side, and there is no daylight on the left. You are keeping that a connected swing. That's very good. Also, just looking at the angle again, this angle here is still very strong, and you've lost quite a bit of that angle over here. As you come down to impact, I can see the elbow separating there as your impact position. Here you're making impact with a much straighter arm here, so that's very good.
Ooh, it just hit. It was in the air a long time.
Which usually has never happened.
Or is the quality of some of these shots, not all of them, some of these shots pretty good?
I would say yes.
Okay, good. Well, obviously it's too early to expect them all to be like that.
No, you know.
You're looking for some evidence that what you're working on is paying off.
Right. You know, I've been doing this other way without the wrist hinge for a long time, right?
Yep. Good one.
Well, it all takes longer to hinge with the driver, right?
Yes. So you have to be patient. And you still want to start that downswing with the lower body. Unwind those hips quickly. Set and unwind. I had a little pop. The golf ball was kind of out of round. It curved right and then left. Oh, wow. Ginny, that's great.
We worked on three things with your full swing. One is we set up with our arms extended and elbows close together. Hinge our wrists more at the top of the swing. And then start that downswing with the lower body.
Oh, look at that. Very good. So that's your attention is moved up into your sternum now. You're not hitting it with your hands. It's a body swing, not a hand swing. Very good. The size of your circle that you set is going to stay that size the whole way through the swing. The radius length isn't going to change. It's going to give you a lot more consistent, clean hits. So focus on that finish like that. Oh, very nice. You had a little more hinge in that one, and therefore it went a little higher, a little further. Now, if you play the ball slightly more forward in your stance, the ball will go a little higher. Same swing, but just going to move it up an inch or two. So your shaft is a little closer to vertical. You're just going to slide under it a little bit easier. See how it went higher? And it'll go a little higher. Won't roll out quite so fast.
So am I still bending my elbow?
No, I don't want you.
No, am I doing that? Or?
It is so much better. I don't want it to ever be a rigid elbow. I always want it to be a relaxed elbow, but somewhat extended. And just turn through. That's a good extension right there. That's about the right power.
Right, and it's like if I took the ball and threw it.
Exactly. So when you reposition it and get that, you're hitting it more off the toe part of the club. Because sometimes we're more consistent with a little bit of force as opposed to something really delicate with our forward speed. See, now it's checking up a little better. You're coming through with a crisp forward swing, but it's not getting away from you. Oh, I like that a lot right there. Oh, that's really well done there.